2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 3 says, "And David brought up his men who were with him, everyone in his household, and they lived in the towns of Hebron." What is it that we see David do in response to his prayer to God for direction, and then God answers that prayer with instruction and command? How do we see David respond? What we see is full obedience. The text tells us that David uproots his family, uproots his fighting men with all of their families as well. David was leaving no trace of himself back in Ziklag. This was not an investigative trip to Hebron or an exploratory trip to see how things might shake out. No, God said to move to this place, and that is what David needed to hear in order to move with confidence. And move with confidence he did. Pack up the bags, tie up the tents, all of it, we are moving. What a challenge for us when we know what God's word commands us to do, that we would live in this type of obedience. Let me ask you something. How would you define biblical obedience? Well, the definition that my wife and I gave our kids when they were little was full obedience right away with a happy heart. Does your obedience to the Lord look like that? As you pray today, please remember Marco Gaspar and his family, our national change makers in Portugal. And also remember the Vi Life Word broadcast that's heard throughout Liberia.